Representative Inman, you recognize for 4 minutes and 48 seconds debating against the emergency clause.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm not sure in my 10-year career that I've ever debated an emergency clause, and I had no intention of doing that. I had no intention of debating this bill. I voted for it. I just wanted to get the point out that this bill, while it will help some, is going to hurt a lot of other folks. And then I heard my good friend, and he is my good friend, and I am going to miss him. I heard the righteous indignation of his debate coming at me as if the cigarette tax was everything, the end-all, be-all. That 180, by the way, in the budget, it said it was $150 million. That $150 million apparently was going to close that $1.3 billion hole. That it was going to close the $600 million hole that was created last year, or the $300 million hole that was created before. I had no idea that one little $1.50 cigarette tax was the cure-all to everything that faces this state. But apparently we, on this side of the aisle, who stood for principle and said that we not only think that if you're going to bring those dollars home, then you need to support the governor's plan that the Speaker and the Pro Tem said that they supported earlier this year. Let's expand in Shore, Oklahoma, and you guys said no. Your leadership said they supported it. The governor said they supported it. You know why? Because of an emergency. This is my emergency debate. 7 hospitals in the last 6 years have filed for bankruptcy. Where was the emergency? Where was the cigarette tax for that? Right? Where was expansion of Insure Oklahoma for that? Wasn't there. Let them close. Since 2009, the health department has taken a 26% cut. Since 2009, where was the emergency? Yesterday, the Eufaula Hospital went bankrupt. They're going down to 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Where was the emergency? The cigarette tax wouldn't solve one problem with that hospital. Not one. They would have still cut their hours. Frederick did to cut their hours. The cigarette tax wouldn't have helped. You know what would have helped? $900 million from the federal government. There's an emergency, but no, we can't do that because we're apparently the one playing political games. Garbage. I'm not going to stand here and watch my caucus be run down and our intentions be impugned. For crying out loud, first of all, the cigarette tax was never talked about in the form of DHS. We did not hold these people hostage. You are holding hospitals hostage. You are holding 200,000 people hostage because you won't support a plan because the President of the United States' name is attached to it, regardless of the emergency. I'm fed up. I didn't come this morning ready to be fired up and angry. But the way I got talked to, the way my caucus got talked to, has put me over the limit. I'm sick of it. You want your $150 million from the cigarette tax? We'll give it to you. All we ask is you bring $900 million home to actually help hospitals in Oklahoma because that cigarette tax won't do it. And you know it. Yes, there's an emergency. The Department of Veterans Affairs for the last 8 years has been cut by 22.9%. Thank you for your service. The state of Oklahoma has cut your budget by 1/4. Where's the emergency? Where's the cigarette tax for them? Where's the funding for them? The Department of Disability Concerns since 2009 has been cut by 40.5%. Where is the emergency? The righteous indignation is just disgusting today, folks. Because during all of those, when you were cutting the Department of Disability Concerns, when you were cutting the Health Department, when you were cutting the Veterans Department, you know what else you cut? Taxes. In January, we cut $150 million worth of taxes because it was such an emergency that those $39 had to go back to those folks. But we could sit by and watch the Department of Disability Concerns be cut by 40.5%. We could watch hospitals be closed and do nothing about it. No emergency. Come on. A $1.50 cigarette tax is what this is all about. Would have closed that $1.3 billion hole? No. But if I'd had 21 of you to stand with all 30 of us, and 16 of those Senate Republicans to stand with all 9 of those Senate Democrats, we'd have $900 million here. We'd have 200,000 folks that would be covered with insurance. We'd have hospitals who are on the verge of bankruptcy saved. Could have done it, but you chose not to do it. And to sit there and tell me that half of your caucus can vote against something, but all 100% of my caucus must vote for it is a joke. How dare we? If all 30 of us had to vote for it, you still wouldn't have gotten there. Because apparently people have so much courage that they can vote green when they know it's not going to pass and then vote no when it's actually on the record. There's lots of emergencies, and I'm going to vote for this one because it's a big deal. There's a lot of other people hurting. So don't stand there and look me in the eye and look my caucus in the eye and say, we're not fighting for those people. We spent a career doing it, and we're going to do it again today.